Okay, number of things I'm doing at the moment. One is I have poured probably 2 quarts of evaporust in my gas tank, and the reason, as you saw from previous video, was there's rust on the bottom. Also, I've noted inside that that pour 15 stuff, which I thought was good, turns out it's not. I mean, I love their paints, but this tank sealant doesn't work, in my opinion. That's up to you to decide whether or not you would do it. I will never use it again. I might as well just pour, I don't know what paint in there, just some kind of paint. So I've got to get some nuts and bolts and put them in the tank and shake them around. And obviously, as you're all well aware, when you do that, if you put in 10 nuts, you make sure you take out 10 nuts. Otherwise it can, well, make a noise. Right, so onto this clutch mechanism. And I must admit, I don't know why they do this. I don't know what the idea of this rubber is. And as you can see, this is the positions these rubbers go in. And then that goes in here. It's going to be very difficult to get them in. I will film it, and you can watch me struggle, because believe me, I know I'm going to struggle. Well, these are very hard rubber. I don't know how I'm going to squeeze them. I watched the guys on the video do it, and they kind of like did, a set at a time, and maybe that's what I'll have to do. I don't know. We will see how it goes. The bolts that I took out, which were peened over, when you take them out, there's no way you're going to get these back in, because the end has splayed, and it's just, well, it's not worth it. I bought these bolts from my local hardware store, Ace Hardware, 95 cents each. So even if you said, with tax, they're $1 each, $3, it's worth it to my mind. They're slightly longer, as you can see, but that to me is perfect, because that gives me a chance to cut it off a little bit and then peen it over. That's my theory. These, they don't need replacing, they're perfectly good. So I guess now the worst bit is to come, and that is to put this in here and put the rubber bits in. Oh, one thing I did want to show you is this. Now, I've given these all just a very light sandblasting. And you may, hang on, let me see if I can get you in closer. You see there are lines here, but yes, you can feel it with your finger, but it's not a sharp ridge, so I don't think that's going to be affected when it's all back together and doing what it has to do, which is that for some reason. And anybody out there that really knows the purpose of this, I mean, obviously it has a purpose, otherwise they wouldn't have put the fucking thing in there. But if anybody knows the purpose, and whether this is some kind of absorber or for vibration or what, I don't know. But I'd love to know why. I'm just curious. It's not going to change anything, but I'm just curious as to why they did it. Anybody out there work for Triumph? Could tell me. Or works on motorcycles and seen this type of clutch mechanism. Okay, let's sadly get on with it. Which one's first? Fat or skinny? Yeah. Skinny will go in easy. Look. See, look. Just push it in. I don't know what I'm messing around at. Look, it's in, it's done. Then what they did is they squeezed that, God knows how, and got in this, which has to go in like that. Yeah. How the hell does that go in there? That I do not know. Well, let's get on with it and find out, huh? Oh no, you need to do it on on that's empty, you dumb shit. Okay, maybe I need one more notch. And of course you have to be careful not to damage this. He had a friend. That's a lot of squeezing. Okay, now it is possible then. Okay, so that's going to be possible. However, the problem I have is holding these wrenches whilst putting that in there. Now I'm going to put some WD-40 here and hope that that helps things. What would be preferable would be something that locks as I squeeze it. Like maybe some mole grips. Let me have a look and see what I can come up with. I'll be back. Don't go away. Just watch it. Right, here I am squeezing this rubber in. It is a nightmare. There's no two ways about it. I'm thinking that maybe these sharp edges aren't helping that are on the casting there. Now I don't know how they did this at the factory, obviously, but I think I'm going to get my file out and see if I can clean those edges off. Bit late for this one, but maybe it'll make it easier for the others. Okay, I have spoken to, what should I call him? I would like to say a friend. He is a supplier, and I've mentioned him before. His name is Wes Scott in Florida, and he's got the wet heat and I've got the dry heat. And I asked him about these things and how how do you put them in? His comment was, yes, there is a trick, but I'm not going to tell you. So he told me, and I promised not to tell anybody. Grease is your thing. You need grease in here. You then put in the small ones. Then, obviously, you've got to turn this to, hang on if I can, get it close. Oops, I've just seen I've got one of these wrong, haven't I? What a dildo. Why didn't you tell me I got it wrong? Right. See how much easier it turns? And then the next thing to do is, he called them vice grips. I call them mole grips, whatever you want to call them. You can call them late for dinner. Then you squeeze this up as hard as you can, as tight as you can. Grease these up. Yes, there's 3 of them. This is one I've damaged earlier, but I will be able to use it because of where it's damaged. It's just, that's what happens, when you don't know what the fuck you're doing. But anyway, it's not going to make a bit of difference, that one little buggered up one. I'll get it in. That'll probably be one of the first ones I put in. Now we've got to squeeze this up once we've greased these up. So we grease these up and then they're ready to go in. That's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to grease them up, and then the vice grips I'm using are these ones because they've got a nice little piece that will hook in. What the hell was that? One of the gremlins, one of the garage gremlins trying to steal something and he missed. Die, gremlin, die. What's the matter with you? Anyway, so next is to squeeze this up as tight as I can get it and hope. Let me see if I can just do this for gits and shiggles. think what I'm going to try and do, and I don't know if this is going to work, is squeeze it first with these, thusly, and then hold it with these. What do you think? Think that'll work? I think it will, but it'll be a bit of jiggery and hell of a lot of pokery. No, not potpourri, pokery. I think I need vice grips that are different to that. Something that'll grip across there. All right, let me practice and then I'll come back. Okay, you can see I've squeezed it up with a pair of vice grips. Next, it'll be grease these up and put them in. I'm going to try and just do this a little bit tighter. How about that? That's close but no cigar, as they say. And this rubber is really hard. I don't think I'll be able to squeeze it and put it in. This is not what Wes said to do. He said to put it in with a screwdriver, or, you know, obviously an implement that will work. Now, I haven't greased this yet, despite what Wes told me. I haven't greased it for one simple reason. I want to see if I can grip it. Do note the hole that it's going into is already greased. So I'm not totally stupid, just mainly. So gremlin again. Alright, let's do what Wes said. I'll be back. Okay, let's see how this goes. Push down with finger, push in with screwdriver, I guess. Oh, fucking hell's bells. Yeah, this is going to be fun, isn't it? Let's try that. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, this is not easy. God, fuck me. It's not easy to get in there. Maybe I should try and squeeze it up a bit more. Christ. Well, I'm going to try that. Stay with me. Every little 1/16 of an inch helps. Yes, I could have said millimeters, but I don't do them. As you all know, proper measurements in this channel. We talk fractions. Wow. I'm going to have to work on this to see how I can do this. See how I can squish it in there. I wonder if I could do that. Keep watching. This could be a real fuck up. If I do that to there, that on there, that comes out. Ooh. Well, maybe, let's try a different method here. This could easily not work. You gotta try everything, haven't you? Oh, hang on. I wonder if I can do it with these. This could be a stupid idea. Hey, it's me, what do you want? So if I try and grip that there, yeah, because it's covered in grease, of course. Oh, unless I can do it that way around? No, that's not gonna work. Oh, fuck. Yeah, now I've covered it in grease, I can't get a fucking grip on it, can I? I'm going to try all sorts of things here, guys. You're just going to have to watch. Now, the curse of getting old is you lose your strength. Okay. So, I really do need just a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to try this again with a little bit more. That is going to be as much as I can get on that bloody thing. Oh, and I'm so worried about that breaking. Tell you what, can I get a... How do I get that in there? It's all greased up. I guess I don't want too much of an angle on it, otherwise I'll never get any of it in. Okay, I've run out of strength for the moment. I'm going to have to recoup.